Interesting. This definitely didn't originate from those goblins. Wonder where they got it from. An elf, most likely. Patterning on here is lovely. Not sure there's any sort of functional benefit to it, but aesthetically it is very nice. A bit poetic, being slashed with a feather. Nicely carved hilt, too. Handle is comfortable. Very nice. Ah, hello. Is your watch over already? I thought I had a little more time before mine would start, but not to worry. I am fully rested and ready to take the next watch. How goes the mountain pass? Is it just as cold and desolate as it was when we first arrived? I figured as much. Anything to report from your watch? Anything unusual? Good. Yes, I mean, we did choose to go this way because it was going to be uninhabited for the most part. This mountain pass is rather treacherous this time of year. Nothing that we can't handle, though. Oh, I was just going over some of the loot that we found from when we took out those goblins in their lair the other day. Hadn't really had a chance to sit and examine it. This dagger is quite nice. You know, I have my staff, but it's always nice to have another smaller weapon as well for protection. Or did you need a new dagger? Alright. I mean, of course, we'll discuss it with the rest of the party. Who gets what from the loot that we found, but I think this is a rather quality piece. Yes, there were some other nice things too, but that can wait for later. What is wrong? I thought you said your watch was uneventful. I see. Sometimes the uneventful watches give us time to think, time to worry, to feel frustrated or discouraged. Yes, I know you've been having some doubts the last few days. I've been able to tell. I didn't want to bring it up myself, but I think it was pretty obvious. This quest has become much more challenging than any of us really counted on. It's all right to feel discouraged. It's all right to feel scared. It's all right to feel frustrated. We didn't think that we were going to be encountering nearly as much hardship. You know, this quest against the tyrant king, it was not meant to be this difficult. But oftentimes, when you think that you're making some progress, then something else comes up. The enemy gets more powerful. Your allies get more scared. I've been feeling it too. No, it's not your fault at all. We have come across many things that we were not anticipating. It has been a dangerous quest, but we all knew that setting out. You have always led us with honor and selflessness, which is exactly as a leader should be. That doesn't mean that you're completely immune to feelings of doubt or worry, though. You're looking a bit cold. Rather, understandable where we are, but would you mind if I get you a blanket? You can sit by the fire here. Sure. You said your watch was uneventful, so I'm sure that mine will be too. But perhaps you could use this nice warm woven blanket here. Combat some of that winter chill. Hopefully, once we leave the mountains, it will not be quite so bitter cold where we travel. You never know, though, this time of year. Sometimes it can be very, very, very cold, and other times it makes you want to start planting a garden, even though you know there will probably be another frost. Weather is volatile, temperamental, much like the state of the world these days. Here, may I? There. You look a little warmer now. Yes, the fire is roaring nicely, too. You know, I was just about to make myself some tea. Would you like some? Of course, there's plenty of water. One lesson that my master always said, always make enough tea for two. Even if you don't plan on having a guest. You never know when life might bring you one. Yeah, I've got the water. It was sitting on the fire for quite a while, so it's nice and warm. I was going to make a tea that was a special blend from my village at home. It's got some wonderful spices mixed in. That is supposed to help warm the body and the soul. It gives a little bit of energy and a sense of safety that comes with a nice, deep warmth in the body. Does that sound good to you? I thought it would be nice. There we are. Still nice and fresh. It's good. It's been very long since I have been home to my village, but luckily with some enchantments, I can still keep some of the luxuries close and fresh. As you can see, it's ground very fine in some, and then some of the ingredients are kept a bit thicker, so that they're evenly distributed throughout the tea. There we are. Just put a little bit of this. There we go. That should be enough for the two of us. We'll let that steep for a little while. That should be a lovely warmth for us. There. Now, if you would like, I do have another little special trick for keeping warm in such a cold place. I picked these up a few villages ago that we visited. These are special fire spells. See, it's just a little flammable cone here. And if you toss one of these into a burning fire, it will release a very pleasant aroma. And it will also help to fortify the camp. It's a protection spell. It will help to calm the mind and give a sense of security. Smell. It's got some lovely warm herbs and things in there. So, if you would like, we could toss one of these into our fire. Help keep our camp warm and our spirits a bit higher. Alright. It's very simple. Just toss it in. Would you like to do it? Of course. Just toss it somewhat near the middle. There, well done. Now that will start to work its magic all on its own. No need to activate or anything like that. I'm sorry that you've been feeling discouraged. I hope you know that none of us think that it has anything to do with you. As I said, you've been a good leader. You've been steadfast, even with all of the changes. Even with the Tyrant King gaining more power and new crazy decrees every day. You've taken it in stride. But it's also okay to need some rest. And it's okay to need some encouragement, some comfort. Well, at least it is comforting to know that none of us are really alone. Not just our party here, but there are others who wish to fight as well. Who wish to stand up against the tyranny. It may seem bleak and daunting, but there are those who are willing to do the right thing. You know, sometimes I think the enemy wants us to believe that we are much more alone than we really are, because it's together that we are the strongest. If we feel as though we are alone, as though our group, our party, are the only people trying to actually rise up against the tyrant, it's easier to be complacent, to think, well, I can't do anything anyway. It's just me, or it's just a few of us, versus the king's horrid armies, legions of brainwashed followers. But I think there's more of us out there than the enemy wants us to think. Maybe everyone else is also living in a state of disappointment or worry about the future, and they just haven't spoken up yet. But I think there are many who disagree with the way that things are going. We just need to find each other and be willing to stand together. Our tea is probably steeped now. Here we are. As I said, this is a wonderful, warm brew. Very nice. To warm the body and the soul. There we are. The guest always gets the first cup. You like it? Good, good. Tastes like home. Yes, that's what I needed. Would you like to go through the rest of our spoils together? There was one piece. I think it would make, well, I think it could get us quite a hefty sum if we wanted. This beautiful piece. Did you see that when we picked it up? In that goblin hovel. Doesn't surprise me that a goblin picked this up to keep. They do rather like the shininess, don't they? Not particularly my style. Or at all my style. Maybe one of our other party members would like to wear it, to keep it as their bounty. Or, as I said, we could probably sell it and help fund our quest more as well. An interesting piece, to be sure. Yes, you're right. The dagger is much more my style than something like this. But I can appreciate value when I see it. Someone will want to wear it. Who knows, maybe one of our other party members could make up some story about how it's enchanted or something like that. Those items always seem to sell very well when we pass different villages or towns. You know, if you're feeling particularly worried, I might have something that could help you. This is a gift that I've had for a very, very long time. But maybe it's something that could help you now. This is a beautiful crystal carved in the shape of a dragon's head. You can see all the details here, the snout, the ears, the eyes, nice and smooth on the bottom. Now this crystal, some beautiful variations of color to it. This is a bloodstone crystal. Appropriate for a fierce dragon, don't you think? And bloodstone crystal is said to help bring about feelings of courage, bring about a sense of strength and security. In fact, if enchanted by a powerful spellcaster, it can even help to give you almost invincibility, or at least make you much more resistant to damage. And the nice thing about carrying such a powerful crystal is that it's not just you that it can help, but it can help people who are close to you as well. So, if you would like, maybe you should hold on to that. I don't mind. It's something for our party. And hopefully something that will give you a little more peace of mind. So what is it that you fear the most? Our coming quest. Is there something in particular on your mind? The safety of everyone in the party. I would expect nothing less. You've always proven yourself to be a very conscientious leader. Someone who cares for all of us. Not just your own glory and authority, but someone who really looks out for everyone. Well, I appreciate it. The others do too, whether they say it regularly or not. You have been very strong, very brave. In some ways that you shouldn't have had to be. I understand. You carry quite a heavy burden, and you do take upon yourself the well-being of those around you. We all see it. Well, if it makes you feel better, I do have a few of these potions, just in case anyone needs them. This is similar to a healing potion, but a little bit different. It's made from very rare and special herbs that is meant to enhance someone's courage as well as their defense, their durability, I suppose. It makes them more difficult to hit and can also reduce some of the damage that is hit. Now, the nice thing about this potion is that it only takes a small sip to protect someone for a little while. So, the next time that we are faced with a difficult battle, dangerous enemies, we could all take a sip of this to keep us safer. Would that help put your mind at ease a little more? Good. Yes, I have a few of them. Not an infinite amount, but I did spend most of my coin the last time we went to a village on some protective items to hopefully keep us all safe. You're not the only one who thinks about the safety of everyone. I know you know that. I know it feels daunting, scary, almost impossible sometimes. This quest, this path that we have chosen. And just when it started to look better, it got worse again. I know. But we, as a party, are very strong. Not just physically and good fighters, but we have members who are resolute, who are clever, who are persuasive. We have quite a lot of skill. And we've been together long enough that we've learned to rely on each other. The world might be a very dangerous, difficult place right now, but at least there is some comfort in knowing that we can rely on each other. I hope that gives you a bit of comfort too, knowing that you're not alone. We are not alone, but you especially. You have us. Each of us would be willing to do whatever we had to keep you safe. I know you know that. And I know that you would do the same. Which is what makes you a good leader. And makes it easy to follow you. We know each other well enough to trust each other. Even in the most difficult of times. We have something special here. This party. And I know that our quest feels very challenging. There have been so many roadblocks. It feels like every time we get a step forward, then something else happens. It pushes us 2 steps back. But having you as our leader, I believe that we can do it. That we're going to make it through this. I couldn't say that about just anyone, but you are a leader who encourages trust. Makes it easy to trust you. You are strong. You are brave. You are resilient, even when it's not fair to be. You're someone who will do whatever it takes. You work hard. And you're not afraid of a challenge. I think you are much stronger than you give yourself credit for sometimes. And having moments of doubt, moments of worry, that doesn't negate any of your other strength. Everyone needs time to just rest. Everyone has difficult days. But I hope you know that we're all here for you. All of us. You know, sometimes having those moments of doubt or worry makes you all the more brave because you overcome that and you keep going. I don't think you're someone that has any quit in you. and we all will follow you to whatever end. But I do not believe that this will be a dark, difficult end. There will be dark and difficult times in the middle. We've already experienced quite a few. But I do not believe that this will be our end. There is a light. There are many trials and much darkness ahead, but there is also strength in our companions, in our party. There is a bond. There is a companionship that we have created. You can trust in us, just as we trust in you. There is much unknown that lies ahead, but at least we're facing it together. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed your tea. Hopefully you're feeling a little more positive. Maybe not positive about the future. There's still a lot that remains to be seen, but a little less hopeless at least. Good. Well, you should probably go get some rest there. And I should start patrolling. I think I might take this with me. I know we still haven't divvied up our spoils. I won't get too attached, but it is rather nice. Probably elven made, don't you think? Might be dwarven, but their blades don't generally have the angular nature like this. They're more resolute. Well, I should get to my watch. You should get some rest. Just know that I believe in you. Sometimes it's hard to believe in ourselves, but that's why we have companions. There will be light at the end of all of this darkness. I believe that. I hope that you do too. Alright. Go get some rest. I'll see you later.